Thank you all for being here. This is the April Small Business Breakout. We do this once a month, typically the third Tuesday of every month, to try and figure out some way to add value to small business here in the Columbia region. Whether that is through some educational topics or program networking or anything and everything that we can to try and add value. So we really appreciate you guys' feedback. So if you have any tips or thoughts on what we can do to add value to this programming, please let us know. We should have some type of suggestion box or something that you can let us know. You can email us, whatever you need, reach out to myself. I'm Jared with Hamrock Security, the chair of the Small Business Council. Or reach out to one of the great chamber staff members over here. They help make all this happen. So big shout out. This month, we are talking about nonprofits. Something that we haven't really touched on before with the Columbia Chamber is typically, small business focused on how can we network, how can we talk about finances, how can we talk about marketing, get your business out there, what can we do to impact your brand. But this month we're talking about nonprofits specifically because of next month's Midlands Gives. And I want to give JoAnn Turnquist, who's the president and CEO of the Central Carolina Community Foundation, a second to talk about Midlands Gives and what it means to our community here in Columbia.
Thank you, Jared, and good morning, everybody. Who has heard about Midlands Gives? For those of you who are familiar, for those of you who aren't, we have rolled into our students started in 2014, so this will be our 8th year. Over the past 7 years, we have raised almost $16 million over 500 nonprofit organizations. And I see numbers of you in here today. But before I talk about Midlands Gives, I'm going to ask a couple of questions that I want you to think about as we're going to lead into this panel. I'd like to know how many of you in this room are responsible for a payroll. I'd like to know how many in this room are responsible for providing a service to clients. I'd like to know how many folks in this room deal with finding good employees. All right. Now, I'd like to know who in this room has the moniker nonprofit in their name. Many of the people that just raised their hands as nonprofits are also the same ones that raised their hands for all of the same issues that small businesses do with nonprofits. As all of you know, are small businesses. The only difference is our IRS designation that allows us to do things slightly differently when it comes to sometimes purchases and sometimes the way our taxes are determined. And that's going to be one of the misconceptions that I hope everyone in this room will have taken off of their shoulders when they leave, because our nonprofits, as you're going to hear from the panel, do amazing things in conjunction often with our small business community. So thank you for that. So Midlands Gives. Midlands Gives is May 3rd, so please put it on your books. And you can start reading now at midlandsgives.org. Midlands Gives is the online shopping center for over 540 nonprofits this year. You can go online and you can take a look at animal welfare, at health, at homelessness, at community service, at family services, children's services, education. You can slice and dice it. You can look by county, and you can also look by Black, led, and Black benefit. What we want folks to be able to do is not only support nonprofits through their gifts, $10, but we want folks in the community to learn about these organizations. And every organization that is listed in Midlands Gives and on our website has a profile. So you can learn what they do, you can learn who they serve, and oftentimes you can learn how you can help. What's key and critical about Midlands Gives is those of you who have businesses, you know how hard it is to acquire a new customer. And you know how hard it is to maintain that relationship. Last year alone, 26% of the gifts made to our nonprofits were first-time gifts. First-time gifts, which is fabulous. And ongoing gifts. Because Midlands Gives isn't just a day of giving, we also provide a year of training to nonprofits, regardless of whether or not they participate. As our roles in our nations to lift up and inspire philanthropy. And one of the best ways we can do that is to provide training and capacity building for these incredible nonprofits who touch our lives in so many ways. So again, Midlands Gives is made there. Take a look at our website. There are a lot of ways to get involved. You can find an organization that you have a passion for. You can set up a fundraising page. You can help them on the day with social media posts and email posts. And again, please do support this incredible network of nonprofits who does so much in our lives. We're very thankful.
Thanks, JoAnn. Lots of nonprofits. There were 500 nonprofits here in the Midlands. Wanted to shed some light on how they impact our community more than just a service base, but how can your business get involved with those nonprofits? How can you do business with the nonprofits? So that's really what our conversation is centered on today. How can we serve them, and how can we help them or facilitate doing business with those nonprofits, given that there are so many here in our community? So we'll introduce our panelists and we'll jump into the discussion. After our panel discussion, we are going to do some program networking, so get ready to mix and mingle with your peers. We have a name tag that has a color on it. We'll talk about that as soon as the panel discussion is over, but just letting you guys know, they're going to have to get up and you're going to have to make friends. So look forward to that. But without further ado, we'll introduce our nonprofit panel. Just introduce JoAnn Turnquist.
I'm Adam Jones. I'm an anomaly up here. I'm with Jones McAden Associates LLC. We manage we're an association managing nonprofit companies, so not only small business, but also manage nonprofits and trade associations. There's 29 different types of nonprofits. Basically, up here we're seeing 501c3s. I manage 2 501c3s and 4 501c6s. So 501c3 is much like a charitable organization, religious, etc., whereas 501c6 is a business or a chamber nonprofit. So things like that. And like I'm a small business, so I'm going to tell you how we do business with other people and with nonprofits, and just talk a little bit about the different types. Those nonprofits do run on shoestring budgets and have a lot to do. Like she said, we have payrolls, we have budgets, we have vendors, and everything. So hopefully, a little bit.
Good morning, everyone. I see a lot of familiar faces out there. My name is Louise Resch. I am the Director of Philanthropy for Central South Carolina Habitat for Humanity. We have been in business almost 37 years, 37 years next month. We have built over 270 homes in the Midlands. We have also cared for 60 homes in the Midlands. And let me dispel one myth which always comes up. We do not give away homes. Our homeowners work hard for them and they make units. Some of the ways that we work with small business, by the way, do we have any HR placement organizations out there? I'm hoping we work. I'm in desperate need of a grant writer, so if anybody has a grant writer who's looking for a job, please have OCP. What most people don't understand is that we are just like any builder in the general contractors. And that means that we use subcontractors. We use roofers, and we would love for you to donate, but we will pay roofers, HVAC systems, electricians, concrete, materials and supplies. All of these are services that we use on a regular basis. We do post, and we are a member of the Building Industry Association, so you'll see information on us posted on the DIA. But just like you, we are a small business.
Good morning, everyone. Jeff Armstrong, in the Promise of the Midlands and the executive director there. And we serve families experiencing housing instability. We partner with 33 faith congregations in the community to help our families, and we work with them to stable move into housing and provide them services so they continue to remain in housing. Excited to be here. Honestly, I know folks here have that kind of entrepreneurial spirit. I think that we need to have as nonprofits. And I took over January 2020, so I've been through a lot, as we all have, but also as a nonprofit, kind of weathering the storm. It's exciting to be with folks today that can truly partner with, help, and work to make this community a better place.
Thank you all. So we talk about, and Mary Louise, you kind of touched on this, was services needed by nonprofits. There's a lot of misconceptions that people have about nonprofits. Other nonprofits, they're looking for service free, or they don't have it in their budgets, they don't pay for nonprofit for service. So I'm going to come right back to you, Jeff. What are some of those services needed by Family Promise, and then to the rest of you guys, what are some of the services that you need, whether you are a nonprofit or you serve nonprofits? What are some of those things that you see nonprofits looking for, and how do they go about getting those products or services?
Sure. So we have an actual, we call it an opportunity center, a place where our families meet and our volunteers come and serve. And so everything that Mary Louise actually covered, whether it's HVAC, whether it's office construction, termite mitigation services, all those things. I mean, we operate exactly like a business. So there's things that we need, but again, I think we also operate with a lot of bare minimum. So, office chairs are the best, our printer isn't the best. But with that being said, though, it's important that we are able to weather storms that come at us, and that we are able to go out and find businesses that are willing to partner with us. Not that I think it's a misconception that we're looking for this. I want to go out and fundraise to be the best for our center, to be the best for our families. They deserve that. They don't deserve nothing wrong with these laptops, nothing wrong with anything like that, but it's not running on an operating system. We want to make sure that they have the best of the best. So whereas staff absolutely may sacrifice, we might not have top of the line things. We want to make sure that our families are equipped with those things. So when you come to our center, you'll see that. And I think our business partners in the community also understand it, which is why we're able to go out and make partnerships where we get some things in mind. We have a marketing company do some kind of work for us, and then they turn around to revamp our website. So I mean, those kind of partnerships are how relationships are made in the business community. And we're not looking for handouts, we're not looking for free, but it's always great to build those relationships. So I think in the business community, to have those relationships, to be able to come together, honestly, to be able to refer someone, which is why I think these breakout sessions are so important for us as a whole.
You brought up something very interesting. I got the office supply lecture yesterday from our office manager. Don't use as much ink as I use. But we shop at Depot, we shop at Lowe's, we shop at Office Depot. If you are a small business or if you're a business in this community, we probably can use your service in some way. And also, what people forget is, in all of our organizations, chances are you have one or two employees who might be a good candidate for one of our programs. This relationship goes both ways, and we want you all to refer to us if you think there's someone who could benefit. Say you've got a senior that works for you that has been putting up home repairs. To us to actually provide some services. And before we leave, I will give you all my cell phone number. That's the best way to reach you.
Adam and Joey, it's a little bit different for you guys. What do you, outside of the contracting services that they mentioned, what are some of the services that you see the associations or other nonprofits looking forward to be provided by local businesses?
I'll say, I mean, there's specialties in everything. There's definitely like, we use a CPA firm that specializes in nonprofits. We trust them for that for them. I mean, I think all small businesses in South Carolina do a lot of referrals. But there are niches there that I definitely look for. And we're not looking for handouts. I'll be the first one to ask if you want to discount, signing a contract or something like that. Lots of people do all of those. And I think that goes a long way. I mean, a little bit, when you're working with these shoestring budgets, I mean, every little bit helps. We're trying to be stewards of our nonprofits. So, just like them, I mean, we're a small business. We're not running the nicest equipment and stuff like that. Anything we can do to save the nonprofits some dollars. We're going to do. So, and the referrals just go a long way. And loyalty is something that our firm is very big on. We use the same printer for 40 years just because one time they got us out of the game. Cost compared to the same thing with their trophies. Somebody turned the job around for us overnight. And when we're talking about vendors and all of the old adage, especially with small businesses, we tell one person about a good thing, we tell 7 about a bad experience. And that goes a long way. I mean, so, Troy works for Boys and Girls Club. I've had some running with them. I'm like, yeah, doing shop around. You know. So just keep that in mind. We're already doing really small things.
The nonprofits that we work with deal with all types of service needs, and I'm on the board of Together SC, which is the South Carolina Association of Nonprofits. We have several vendors that we work with, and several companies, small companies, and large companies are members of Together SC, which allows more networking and more opportunity to talk about those services. Seriously, everything from food to office supplies to building equipment to educational materials to lawn services to painting services to accounting services to legal services. I would imagine that every single person in this room probably has a service that one of the well over 6,000 nonprofits that we're aware of in our region, and our region is 11 counties that we serve, have an opportunity and opportunities like this where we can network. We're very fortunate foundation. We have $2 million budget, over $240 million in assets. Over the last 35 years, 36 years now. And many nonprofits are healthy financially. Because it says nonprofit doesn't mean it's vested, nor does it mean that nonprofits, as has been said, have to buy the scraps, nor does it mean that nonprofit employees have to work with no pay because they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. So when you think about nonprofit organizations and you think about what services you may be able to provide at a cost, at a profit, nonprofits are a really good segment. We represent 7% of all employees across the country, 17% of all employees across the country, and I think we have some statistics for South Carolina. So again, we're a really good industry.
So I've heard a lot about different services, food or contracting, whatever it might be, CPAs, a lot of different services. Here, Louise, I'm going to come to you with this question. Of all those services needed by the nonprofits, what's the process for these small businesses to do business with nonprofits? Is it an RFP process? Do you have is there a preferred vendor list that you have to be a part of? What should the small businesses know about how to go about doing business with you guys?
A couple different ways. First thing I encourage everyone to do is go to our website, www.habitatbsc.org, and learn about our different services, because that'll give you some background, the kinds of things we do and where we do. The second thing is to set up a meeting with either myself or our construction director. We are constantly looking for good subcontractors, and actually we are evolving again where we're going to have a couple of builds that will be built primarily by subcontractors. So calling us, setting up an appointment. We look like we don't exist. We are at 209 Sumter Street. can't go any further on Summer Street in our office. And just set up a time, give us a call. I promise my phone number, if you get your pens out. 803-992-9707. If you're interested in doing business with us, give me a call and I'll be happy to set up a meeting. JoAnn said I speak too fast, so let me try my phone number again. 803-992-9707. And that's my cell phone, and I respond very quickly to text.
How do you have with that, just things that you see about the process of doing business with nonprofits?
We're all small businesses, so I mean, we do use RFP process for some things that's very targeted. Recently, we needed some public relations help, so we sent out an RFP. Other things, a lot of what we do is we put the meetings on for our nonprofits, so I put the RFP out for things like that. What not to do, I'll say, is add me on LinkedIn and immediately send me some long email that I'm not going to read, and I'm probably just going to be like, we're done here. I won't deny anybody. Definitely. I'll say it up front. I mean, that's old school to a lot of people in this room, but that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I always say is you have to connect before you expect. Don't connect with someone on LinkedIn and send some long message about, hey, do you mind if I schedule a meeting with you to talk about how I can sell you my product or service? So I don't know you at all. So definitely don't do that. Joey, anything to add? Awesome. So obviously, there's all different missions that they're trying to accomplish, all different ways that they're serving different communities here in Columbia and across the nation. JoAnn, do you have anything about the impact of nonprofits here in our community nationwide? I would say speak more to local, South Carolina if we have anything, but how do these nonprofits, all of these nonprofits, impact our community?
Our community foundation houses our statewide disaster recovery fund. When you think back to 2015, and when you think back to the disaster since, and when you think back to COVID, our nonprofits were on the front lines. They were out there monkeying and betting. They were out there helping families find a home during the flood. Throughout COVID, they worked. Healthcare professionals and housing professionals and educators. They touch everybody's life. If you've ever adopted a pet, if you've ever gone to a boys and girls school, if you've ever had tutoring that has been applied, if you've ever seen folks getting food at a harvest truck, it touches all of our lives. The impact is incredible. Every single day, we have a front row seat at the foundation to see this work. It makes your heart sing to see people giving back the way that they do. I cannot imagine what our community would be like if not for the work that's being done. We have homeless people on the street, we would have children who didn't have an opportunity to experience camp and being together. It's an amazing industry with amazing, caring, talented who want to do business.
So, last couple questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Our province has an incredible impact. Community, your local, state, and local. Just a little bit of data. So Together SC, was formerly the South Carolina Association of Nonprofits Association, said in 2017, nonprofits employed 89,729 people in South Carolina. 18,479 of those live in Richmond. An older study, and granted, to know, I just got to give together, like, products to get a study like this done costs so much money. So these numbers are a little dated, they're probably a lot larger. But in, I think it was 2016, $18.2 billion in gross revenue in South Carolina, $34.3 billion in assets, and $17.5 billion in spending gains. So that's money going into the back of South Carolina. And just a greater impact, like I said, I represent 501c6s. 501c6s are what a lot of people call special interest groups up in the state. They are influencing your legislators. A large part of what I do is lobby for the engineers and surveyors in South Carolina. So not clubbing Vegas Steel or anything, but I'm up there because legislators aren't all knowing. So you need these nonprofits to go up there and be the educated people to inform your state legislature on how to vote. So that impact is just, it's global if you go all over the time. So the impacts on nonprofits from your backyard or where I choose to get my Midlands Gives, or where I join like Trout Unlimited, where that money goes directly to the Sliver River, Primary River Keeper here in Columbia. That money goes to keep our rivers clean, that have rough on fishing. So I mean that impact is all of it. It's really not measurable, the impact of nonprofits.
Lots of ways to get involved, lots of different impacts on the community, the nation, the state. I want to give all of you the opportunity to plug your own nonprofit, what you have going on, how can these people get involved, whether it's donating their time and effort, or if it's a monetary donation, or anything like that. So Jeff, tell us how people can get involved with Family Works.
Sure. One of the things that we want to make sure we're doing is providing our families with experiences that other families have, especially our children. So I think for our adults, it's very important. A lot of them want to open a small business. It's a great thing, which is fantastic. But we want people who can dive in on that train. Just a quick kind of piece of ground story. JoAnn and Adam were talking about one of our mothers in our program she's going to be an elementary school teacher next year. She was working 3 jobs prior to living in the car with her family, and she was able to do an internship for 6 months unpaid. And because she was in our house and because she had all the basic needs, that she will now be a teacher, and her children, they're now going to be stable, right? So I think when we think about the people in our community who we see who are struggling, it's a whole gamut. It's upstream and downstream. It's not just transitions and mercy with fantastic work. It's organizations that we want to try to keep families together. So I think a lot of the work we're doing, we want to show them ways that you overcome, ways that you persevere. Your stories are inspirational, right? So I think that's a big part of what we want to provide for our families. It's something that we're doing that can pull, we can impact our children who are experiencing homelessness, experience or can pull to gracious enough to face our children, understand that resilience isn't just built because we want someone to be resilient, it's those experiences. So hearing from you of how you overcome, it's hard hearing about your leadership and ways to get through, I think is a big way for you all to be involved. Also, I'm not trying to put a fundraiser, but we have an item on the scale of on April 30th at 701 Willow Street. There's only like 8 tickets left, so we're so happy for that. But again, I would love for our businesses to spot with a bunch of all on social media. When I call Jerry Gilbrand, when I say, hey, I want to put a logo on my shirt, they're there and quickly they knock it out, right? We fly out and see smart fans. So if we need 100 pennies or we need something fixed, I mean, to have those partners in the community that understand why we need to fix something, why we take our call, why we become part. That's how I think we make that kind of change together, but also ways we can be involved in that. Because your stories matter to our families and for folks who haven't had the same upbringing. You know, you hear all the time, put yourself on hard and stress, so that's really hard and you don't have those things. So we need to understand from you all how to overcome things.
First of all, I want to invite you, if you're interested in learning more about Habitat, I want to invite you to a community education event that we have coming up. Coincidentally, it happens to be on the same day as the Midlands. Maybe not so coincident. We are doing a luncheon at Brooklyn United Methodist Church at 541 Meeting Street in West Columbia. We will have some of our business partners talked about why they partner with us. So don't take it from me, but listen to Kim Wilson, Bank of America, explain why they have been invested in us for a number of years. I'm gonna listen to some of our homeowners. I have a homeowner who loves to tell her story. How many of you have been around enough to remember Gonzalez Gardens, the public housing area? She loves to tell the story that she went from Gonzalez Gardens to Miss Plus Size, South Carolina, raising 3 daughters that were pregnancies, no drugs, no alcohol, graduated college. And she said if she wouldn't have moved into her habitat home, those kids would not have made it. And we hear these stories every day. Something else that we need volunteers on our construction site. I know you do not need to have construction experience. Actually, our construction managers would prefer that you don't, because you have no bad habits to learn. We also have a restore. How many of you shop at our restore? How many of you should shop at our restore? Everybody raise your hand. When you're cleaning out your closets, when you're getting new furniture, what do you do with your old furniture? Donate it. We will come and pick it up. We have trucks to do that. We have been very fortunate in a great community partners who donate to us. Also, just come and spend some time, and my door is always open. I have my phone number. I've been to you twice. So the biggest thing too is, and you're talking about the impact that we have. And I didn't realize this until about a year after I started with Habitat. There's a street in Case, South Carolina, that was originally blocked off because of the crime rates and they're selling a lot. And at that time, Chief Nelbrook left one officer responsible on the street. Gaddison too, they couldn't guarantee safety. In our 3rd year working in that neighborhood, crime on that one street was reduced by 70%. We don't think about home ownership and home repairs as being a public safety issue. What it is, we are very, very fortunate to have partners like you all. And before I get, we're fun, I'm just going to the right thing.
I'd say the best thing you have to do is volunteer. She said you're not probably use volunteer, donate, and join. So not all these nonprofits are membership driven. Chamber is. Join that. There's a trade association for everything. Association for associations. I know that is the president. So that's a good way to network and get into nonprofits and fundraisers and stuff like that. So join, donate, and
how many of you serve on boards, nonprofit boards? That's a wonderful way to get involved. And with those in the room who are with a nonprofit insurance, so when Jared does the week and pop around, please go find those folks and ask them what they're doing with Midlands Gives and how you can help on May 3rd. Again, giving of your time and your treasure is always wonderful. But the experiences and mentoring and the time shared with folks, and not discounting the fact that the nonprofit community wants to do business together. I really, really appreciate the opportunity and the work.
Thank you, guys. Can we get a round of applause? A lot of them today, I challenge all of you, just think outside of the box whenever you're thinking about how to support nonprofits, whether it's at the end of the year when you're trying to get rid of some stuff and all their goodwill with this house is a great organization. Think outside the box, some things that you can do, whether it's if you're getting rid of some stuff with your business or your house, and how can you donate that stuff to impact nonprofit? You have some free time, how can you get involved in some type of activity? If your business is looking for some type of way to make in-kind donations, or if you're a salesperson, you're prospecting, don't just scroll past the nonprofit section of the chamber directory. Look through there. Those nonprofits are businesses as well. So think outside the box, and really appreciate you guys adding more things.
Donation to 501c3 are tax exempt, so keep that in mind.
Awesome. Thank you guys. So we really want to say thank you to you guys. I want to say special thanks to our sponsor today, Community Energy. I want to invite Kelly up here to a couple words.
Hello there. I represent Community Energy Center. This is Houston Bennett, who's our area manager for the Columbia area. And what we do is we give money away to all businesses, small businesses, large businesses, nonprofits, who are doing lighting retrofits, HVAC improvements, any energy efficient improvement. Would probably qualify. All you need to do is give us a call and apply for these money. This is an application. This is not a grant. This is not a loan. It is money that we're returning to you. So it is tax. The tax is already paid because it comes from a rider that everybody will be paying into. And we'd love to help you if you're making improvements or you have new construction, or even if you are buildings for your nonprofit, lighting, HVAC. We even have some roofing incentives now. And we also can connect you in with residential if you have people in your home. Okay, we'd like to talk with you. I'll have some brochures here if you guys would like for us to give you a call, and we'd certainly like to connect with the world of 501(c)s. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kelly. Steve Matthews back to Blue Cross Blue Shield, one of our sponsors, Brave on Shopping, Splash on Media. Obviously, the Fireflies are donating the space. Sounds and images for hooking up the microphone. We're going to jump into our program networking. So you should have gotten a name tag